Hey, David, big announcement today at UCLA with the Jordan Brand partnership. Can you talk about your excitement level of that and what that will bring to the basketball program?
I'm very excited for the Jordan brand. I'm very excited to become part of the Jordan family, and we are as a team. We're very excited. I'm personally excited because if you know me off the court, I'm always seen in some type of Jordans. So I'm really excited. What it will bring for the team, as the team, I feel like we'll be. I feel like we more. We'll be wearing more of the same stuff like on the court. Like we as you can see right now, we're wearing different brands and stuff like that. But next year we'll all be wearing Jordan.
Rick, go ahead.
David, you seem to regain your stroke at last game. Can you talk to us about that? You seem much more comfortable at your release point.
Last game, I felt looser. I started to slow down, see the game more. My teammates were getting me open. I had to get my feet ready. I had to make sure I'm balanced, my feet organized, my body ready to knock down the shot.
Another thing, you guys came out of the gate really strong. The first defensive possession, you guys held them to a clock violation. How is the team going to be able to come out with that type of intensity every game? Because you guys are kind of hard to beat when you come out and play with that type of intensity.
Well, we're not trying to come with the same intensity we had the game live. We're trying to come out with better intensity. So we're always trying to get better and strive for better defensive games because we know there's no such thing as a perfect game. But we have to strive for that every game. So we're trying to come out better than we did last game. So hopefully I can't tell the future, but we have to try our best and, we have to take it personally. We have to take pride in our defense.
Tukni, go ahead.
David, you've had Jalen Hill back with you guys for 2 games now. Just having a guy of his skill set and his kind of demeanor, how does that open things up for you guys on the floor, both offensively and defensively?
Jay Hill, he's an animal out there. So when he gets the ball, he's a threat in the post, and he knows how to make reads and make good plays for us. So, and we're able to open up and space the floor with him on the court, and it gives Cody a rest. So it's really good to have him back on the court.
Dennis, go ahead.
Hey, David. Can you talk about how does the games that you guys already played, how's that going to prepare you guys for some of the tougher games you have coming up this month?
For the games we just played, we look at our worst game and we see how can we improve because we know that we have to be prepared to play our toughest opponent. That's how we get ready for this season. That's how we have to attack this season. We get prepared for our toughest opponent and we take it game by game.
Tracy Pearson.
Hey, so you scored in the lane in that game a couple of days ago. Are you looking to put the ball on the floor and maybe get within 15 feet for a shot rather than always shooting threes? And you mentioned sustaining defensive effort. How do you think you all did in sustaining that effort in that last game, and how much room for improvement is there?
For the offensively, I'm trying to expand my game, but I'm not trying to force it. I'm not trying to take bad shots, but if it's open, I'm definitely looking to take it because it's obviously closer to the rim, and it'll expand my game more so I can show that I'm a threat inside the lane as much as I'm outside. For defensively, I felt like we did good against Cal. They have a tremendous amount of offense that we have to guard. However, we just need to expand on our defense. We need to look at where we had slip-ups and missed rotations, and we have to fix that up for next game.
Last couple questions here for David. Tarek, go ahead.
David, back to the Jordan thing. Are you the biggest Jordan dude? Like, who's the biggest Jordan guy on the team? Do you who
Oh, me by far. It's not even close.
Okay, that's what I was.
It's not close.
And how many? I'm curious to know how many Jordans do you have? Like, let's talk about like how many shoes.
I have 80 pairs of Jordan in my right now, and I have 2 coming in the mail. I'm trying to get them for the game tomorrow. They're probably not going to come in tomorrow for the game, but I'm going to try to get them by Friday against Marquette. But
there we go, 80 pairs. Okay, that's what we needed to know. Okay.
80 plus. It's not just flat 80. Say
okay, all right, man.
All right, final question here for David. Dukney, go ahead.
David, why is it Jordan for you? What about that brand? What about that kind of moniker appeals to you? And why? And for kids like you in your generation, how do you think that's going to help a team like UCLA when recruiting is obviously a huge part of where this program can go in the future?
As for recruiting, Jordan is a line of Nike, so I feel like having Nike and a Jordan will increase our recruiting chances by a lot, especially with the city already. LA, people love to come to LA, and with a good brand like Nike and like Jordan, it'll really help our recruiting class. And personally for Jordan, I grew up. My dad always had VHS tapes of Michael Jordan's all his games, so I just watched him as a young kid. He became my favorite player. And so I like to, I'm not as big as Michael Jordan, but I just loved his demeanor. I loved his will to win. And in high school, we had uniforms, so all we could express ourselves with is shoes. So I always get like the latest Jordans. I always beg my mom for Jordans back when we used to wear Jordans or like have them in like lines and stuff. I will always wait in lines for Jordans like right before practice. You'll see me like go to the gym, go in the line just to wait for Jordans and go right to practice. So it was always Jordan from like when I was a young kid, especially in high school. I really started expanding, and then now.
Cody, what's your excitement level for this, for wearing Jordan brand? And can you beat David Singleton's 80+ pairs of Jordans that he said he has?
No, I'm not beating that right now. But it's a special thing for UCLA and the culture that we're building here. I feel like it will be big for recruiting. Jordan brand is a massive brand that ball players love to wear at the end of the day. Majority of ball players, that is. And yeah, I feel like it'll be a big upgrade for UCLA, and it'll help with recruiting, getting kids in, and just being able to play in Jordans and Nikes next year. That'll be an awesome experience. Something that I was always looking forward to.
What is it about the Jordan brand that like heightens the excitement? Is it the Jordan thinking about Jordan himself? Is it just that kind of like the swag factor of the quality and the brand? What is it specifically?
For me personally, they've just always been the more comfortable shoes for me to wear. I don't know if that's just because I was always in Nikes or Jordans growing up playing on the EYBL circuit, but they're just the more fitting shoe that's comfortable. And also, it's Michael Jordan, one of the greatest players of all time. So, it's just, I don't know, for some people it could be psychological. For some people, they could feel the difference. I guess it's just different for each person.
Sam, go ahead.
Hey, Cody. So you got Jalen Hill back in the lineup these past 2 games. You guys are plus 29 on the boards across those 2 games. What's it like having him back in the lineup, whether you're alongside him or switching off? Does that kind of take any of the weight off your shoulders that you kind of had those first 2 games?
Oh, yeah. It's, it's good having Jay Hill back. Even though we haven't got the chance to be on the court at the same time yet. But just when I take a breather, it's nice to know that we have another big man that's strong and can help us on the glass and dominate in the paint also.
Dennis Freeman.
Hi, Cody. Can you talk about the team chemistry right now at this point? Do you like the way the chemistry is flowing with the team right now?
Yeah, I feel like our chemistry is awesome. A lot of returning guys. So, and we've been through the fire. That first game with San Diego State, we took a lot of things from that and learned from it, and been applying it defensively. I feel like we stepped up the past few games. Offensively, I feel like we stepped up as far as being more spread and playing more together at the end of the day, not caring who scores. Whenever we score, we score. It's not the individual scoring.
Tracy, go ahead.
A couple of things, Cody. What do you see from San Diego, who you play tomorrow? And secondly, what does Tiger Campbell do for your offense? What kind of catalyst? How important is he to making that offense run?
First off, Tiger's very important for our offense. With him being at the PG, extremely experienced passer. He really helps us get organized, and just having somebody that can get the ball in certain spots at certain times, and his IQ on the basketball court just really helps us a lot. And as far as San Diego, We haven't done much scouting on them. You know, we've been focusing on us and our defense intensity and offensively sharing the ball. Tonight, we're going to lock down on them and go through their personnel and get prepared for the game.
Rick, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Cody. You said that you've improved defensively from the first game. In what respect have you improved defensively? And secondly, you guys came out of the box really strong defensively against Cal. How can you continue that trend of coming out of the box and starting fast with that type of intensity?
You know, it's multiple things. It's you know, just being on point with the personnel, and then also just being aware on the court. You know, talking a lot. There's no fans, so when we're on our side of the court and the bench is there to help us, you know, talking on the bench and getting those guys in the right spots at the right time. Yeah, just being attentive all the time during the game. Sometimes we tend to lose focus. So that's been the biggest thing. Just when we really lock in and focus, we can be really special on defense.
Sam, go ahead.
So Cody, I just want to go back to the Jordan thing. I'm just wondering what kind of your relationship is with like Jordan, the player. Like David was saying, he watched VHS tapes of him growing up. But I just wonder if you watched The Last Dance at all, or just anything like that. That kind of, I mean, obviously he's a big icon, but anything to you personally that made him stand out when you were growing up?
You know, I've always been a bigger guy, so I've always watched guys like LeBron and Magic Johnson and, you know, bigger players. But as far as Michael Jordan, I've always had respect for his game just because you can always learn from him, even if you're not a two guard. You know, I can watch his footwork. I can watch him, how he works in the post, how he uses his body. So I've obviously watched tons of film of Michael Jordan and have the utmost respect for his game.